How do you decide what to shoot with a film you've never used before? When do you shoot film that will likely never be produced again? Well, the answer to all of those questions lie in this video, and welcome to part 2 of San Francisco on Film, Fuji Natura 1600. Expired film is nothing new. When film surpasses its expiration date, you can expect unpredictable and unique results. For this video, I'll be focusing mainly on how Fuji Natura 1600 fares in this department. My roll expired in 2019 and I'll be shooting it in San Francisco. I was very excited to shoot this film, one, because it's not in production anymore, and two, it will likely never be in production ever again. But before we get into the nitty-grainy details of this video, I want to talk about a few things in regards to high ISO film, just so that we're on the same page. As you get into higher ISO films, they will typically have larger and more noticeable grain structure. These grains are more apparent in the final image as the ISO increases. This will usually result in a perceived degradation of image quality. Number two, higher ISO films can lead to increased contrast, and this can make it harder to shoot high contrast scenes, as you'll likely lose shadow detail or you'll have your highlights blown out. This final point that I'm going to make is the one that I really wanted to get to the whole time: increased sensitivity to environmental factors. Higher ISO films are more susceptible to environmental factors such as heat and humidity, and the process of degradation will be accelerated the higher the ISO is. So a film with a 1600 rating from 2019 can degrade significantly faster than a film with a 50 ISO rating from 1980. Natura is the Japanese market version of the North American market's Superia 1600, and people really seem to love it. Like my elementary school experience, it's very uniform. But no, not with clothing, but with grain structure. While it's true Natura 1600 has very large grain crystals, it is also true that they had an advanced process of developing the film that led to a very uniform grain structure, which allowed it to look cleaner and less rough. Its wide exposure latitude allowed great results outdoors under clear skies, providing good image depth and high fidelity even if underexposed. My roll of film expired in 2019, but the seller on eBay said that this film had been kept in a freezer, so I didn't expect too much degradation, but I'm glad I shot the film how I did at 1000 ISO instead of at 1600. The only camera that I really trusted with this film was my Canon EOS Elan 7E, a camera that's highly ambitious with its features and nearing a digital camera in abilities. This time I wasn't going for so much the experience of using a camera, so much as just shooting the film and enjoying the results I get from it. After loading up my Fuji Natura and my Canon EOS Elan 7E, what a mouthful, we went out for some morning shots before the sun had peeked its all-seeing head over the city skyline. The scans you're about to see are unedited from Essential Photo Supply in Salt Lake City, Utah. At first glance, this photo looks like there isn't much of note, but look at how much latitude there is in this photo, from the bright yellow building on the left to the dark doorway on the right. Making our way down the street, we came across a very well-lit Hotel Huntington. Paul obviously had the better lens for this shot, but I just wanted to highlight again the shadow detail. You can see the woman's shoes, you can see each and every car that is lined up the street, and you can see the bright white building next to Hotel Huntington, and you can see the sky clearly cut out from that building. They just don't make film stocks like this anymore. Look at how well the halations are minimized in this shot. I'm impressed how well the edge of the building is maintained even with this super bright backlight. After finding the stairway to heaven, I camped out here for quite a while trying to find a shot to utilize these stairs to their fullest potential. In this shot, I'm just a huge fan of the slight cyan cast over the shadows here. Eventually, my time had come. There was a lady making her way up the hill with a reusable grocery bag, and she was stuffing things in there like she was picking up Easter eggs at an Easter holiday party. And I wanted to snap a photo of her in the sun, but unfortunately I was not quite ready because she was scuttling along pretty dang quick. After the lady made her way past us on the stairs, I caught her in a pocket of sunlight, and this is a little bit closer to the shot I was hoping for, but there's still a few things that I would change about the photo. We got to the apex of the street and I saw this guy sitting in a patch of sun, which typically is pretty rare by today's standards. Not a lot of people like to bask in the sun due to skin cancer and such. I love the way the light pole and this guy look like they're doing the same activity. I can't tell if the shot is humanizing the pole or poleizing the man. After getting our morning stair stepper session in, we went to get some breakfast from Lori's Diner. I discovered that we are simple creatures, especially Austin Weiberg, because he was so sure that he wanted a pancake that he was willing to pay $7 for it. And to celebrate the $7 pancake that Austin got, I took this photo at the diner that looks like a bit of a liminal space, but I love the way the red shows up in this film. Just because of the chemical properties of the film, this shot is just so stylized with its cyan shadow tones and the bright highlights. Making our way to the subway to hop on a bus to take us to the Castro district, all I wanted was to get a photo of all the pigeons, and this guy created a moment in time that could only be enjoyed through a photograph. This car will make another cameo in future videos, so hold on to it. If I had to describe the way the colors look in this photo, I would say that they hit harder than a cable car. this point, I may have been getting a little desperate with my shots, but it's not every day that you see bread, an apple, and a corded phone that's been decorded and left to die by some freak of nature that eats apples with bread. Thinking back to one of the photos that I took at the beginning of my film photography journey, back in Seattle, Washington, I took this photo of an old man holding a bag, looking down the street longingly for his 1957 Chevrolet to come rolling down and pick him up and take him to brighter days. In the third to last photo here, I really just wanted to get a photo of the crew that I had been walking around with all day. At this point, Paul's feet were hurdy-wordy and he wanted to sit down pretty bad, so we took a rest stop at the park. Huge shout out to Austin Weiberg for taking these last couple portraits for me. I couldn't let the opportunity of having my own photo taken on this film slip away. I think the metering was spot on for the most part, even though there's a little bit of overexposure in bright daylight. There's so much detail available in these images, even with the large grain structure. These are a few of my favorites from this roll, and some of them are nice, but none of them portfolio worthy. That's just how it is. I'm happy with the images that I got. Like I said, this is part 2 of the San Francisco on Film series. Part 3 and 4 will be coming up in the next few weeks. Part 3 will be exploring the differences between a Lomo 800 film stock and a Fuji 800 film stock, which was ripped from an underwater point-and-shoot camera. Part 4 will be looking at Ilford Delta 3200 pushed 3 stops to 25,600 ISO and shooting it at night. Stay tuned for those videos, and let me know if you want to see some Fuji Pro 400H shot in a 6x9 camera. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I just want to say thank you very much. I've grown very much on this channel, all thanks to you guys. So if you've made it this far in the video, I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I hope I see you in the next videos. Bye! Wait, that's not how I end the videos. Bye.